Hey there, friends. Welcome to the Having a Mom Moment podcast, where we dive deep into the world of motherhood and beyond. I'm your host, Shannon Warner, and I am excited to embark on this journey with all of you. Here's the deal. This podcast is your ultimate sanctuary, your sacred space to hit pause on the chaos of mom life and reconnect with the amazing woman behind the title of mom. Yep, it's all about those precious mom moments because, let's face it, we all need a little more time for ourselves. Am I right? So what can you expect from our time together? Well, picture this. We'll be soaking up wisdom from fellow moms, sharing their stories and triumphs and how they've tapped into alignment on their own motherhood journeys. It's like a mom-to-mom chat over coffee with a sprinkle of inspiration and a dash of humor thrown in for good measure. We're here to light up your soul, to remind you of your incredible power, and to celebrate the unique spark that makes you, you. Because when we take care of ourselves, we become unstoppable forces for good in the lives of those we love. So join me as we laugh, learn, and rediscover the magic of this crazy ride called motherhood together. Get ready for your weekly dose of connection and encouragement, because around here, we don't just mom. We mom with purpose and power in alignment with our true selves. Stay tuned, my friends. The adventure starts now. Hi, friends. I had hoped to have a guest episode for you this week, but frankly, my heart is not in it because I am completely devastated by what is happening in our former home region of Asheville and the surrounding areas. Western North Carolina as a region has been decimated by Helene. And if you aren't aware, I'm going to take just a couple of minutes to make you aware. And I'll be back next week with a guest episode. So if you don't want to hear it, friend, I see you. It's fine. The world's on fire and it's a lot. Just hit next. No hard feelings. But if you have just a moment, I just want you to understand from someone who lived in that area for a decade, who worked in an area that has been wiped off the map, essentially, who has friends and family there who are, as we speak, standing in lines, trying to get support from FEMA, or who are stranded on top of their mountain until the road can be cleared so that they can get down to town and get provisions. Catastrophic. This has been called a 1,000-year flood. This has been referred to as devastation of biblical proportions. This is going to require decades to rebuild from. Please understand that this region of the western part of North Carolina, tucked away in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, should not have seen weather like this. Helene came up from the south, from the Gulf of Mexico, hundreds of miles away. The nearest coastline is the Atlantic coast, in South Carolina, actually, about 4 hours away, depending where you are in western North Carolina. The fact that this storm was able to make landfall the way that it did and cause such destruction is just unfathomable. Before the storm even landed in western North Carolina, a front had dropped so much rain that cities were underwater, many, many feet underwater. And then this storm landed and just unleashed hell fury. I've seen video from my friends of trees down, of just Armageddon-like scenes. My one friend used that term, and I think it's most appropriate here. I don't know how to convey to you in a way that you will understand that towns have literally been washed away. Not that they've been flooded and that their buildings are still standing with damage. The village of Chimney Rock, which I drove through every single day for over 4 years to work in the town of Lake Lure as a teacher, the buildings from Chimney Rock Village, which is not a big area, have been tousled into the river, broken apart into a million pieces. and washed down into Lake Lure. Lake Lure is clogged with debris. There are cars, there are pieces of buildings, there are toppled boats, there's I'm sure there's unthinkable things right there in the lake right now. And the Rocky Broad River there not only flooded but rerouted. Where the road was, the river now is. I have a friend whose parents had to be airlifted by a helicopter because there was no way for them to get out because the road had been cut off. The bridge into Bat Cave where they live, part of it washed out. The routes in from both directions had been washed out. They watched their neighbors' homes get washed away. They had a landslide come into their home. Thankfully, they're alive. They got out with their pets. They're alive. But this is one example. This is one story. There are thousands of others. Today is Monday, September 30th, and the local stories are starting to come out because cell phone reception just began getting restored yesterday. And people there aren't even fully aware of how bad it is in surrounding cities and towns and communities because they haven't had access to know just how extreme this is. I am beyond words to describe how heartbroken I am about this. It's an area that Ryan and I really, really loved. Our daughter was born there. My grandfather grew up in Rutherford County. My dad is buried in Rutherford County. And those areas fared better than others, but it's just unthinkable. And they are not out of the woods yet. The support has begun rolling into town now that they're not completely cut off. For the first couple of days, they were completely cut off. The whole region was cut off. The roads were not passable. But they're going to be rescuing people for a long time. And the death toll is going to rise. There are people missing that they don't know if they're alive. The death toll, as of this morning in Buncombe and neighboring Henderson County, was at 35. And that number is going to go up. And that number is going to continue to go up because there are people trapped who are running out of resources. There are people trapped who need oxygen. There are people trapped who need insulin. There are pregnant women trapped. There are babies trapped who, even if their home has survived, they have no means to leave. They are cut off from the rest of the world. So this is not going to end soon. This is going to be devastating for years for this area. The geography is permanently changed in some of these areas. People are going to have to leave because there's nothing left. And there's looting. There are reports of people having guns pulled on them at the gas stations because people are scared and people are desperate. And there are a lot of very under-resourced people in Western North Carolina. And I cannot imagine how terrifying it must be to have this be your reality. So, would you please do me a favor? If you have the resources, I've left a link in the show notes of reputable organizations based in North Carolina, in Western North Carolina specifically, and vetted GoFundMes for people, most of which I know personally, have started these opportunities to help support the cleanup in the aftermath of Helene. And this will not be over in a couple of weeks, friends. So if you have the means, even if it's $20, if you can support and continue to support, it's going to be so deeply meaningful to those people who are going to have to attempt to rebuild. At this time, there is spotty cell phone service there. Certainly no internet. Most people are without power. and it's going to be weeks for it to be restored. And the city of Asheville is without water, and they think it's going to take up to a month, if not more, to repair and restore water in the city. This is dire. This is Katrina level devastation. And while I'm grateful that our life journey brought us back to Michigan, I am heartbroken to have to watch this from afar and have so many people that I care about be suffering, and who will be suffering for a while. And I feel like I can't do anything, but I do have this. And please, if you have anything that you can give, there are lots of opportunities. If you know of something else that you feel strongly, another organization that you feel more strongly about, and you know that they're doing work in Western North Carolina, please feel free to donate there. But if you want to help and you don't know how, like I said, that list is in the show notes. And if by chance any of you from Western North Carolina are listening, we are here for you. We are thinking about you. We are lifting you up. We are devastated by what you're going through. And we're sending you so much love. And if and when you hear this, if there's any way that I can use this platform to support you, or any of this audience can support you, say the word, please. Again, that link is in the show notes. Anything helps. Anything at all. Sending lots of love to all of you. Take care of your people. That's a wrap on another episode of the Having a Mom Moment podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and for sharing this space with us today. Before you go, don't forget to check out the show notes for any links or resources mentioned in today's episode. And hey, while you're at it, why not give me a follow on Instagram and Facebook at Having a Mom Moment. You can also visit havingamaMoment.com for even more mom-inspired resources. If you've enjoyed today's conversation as much as I have, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on future episodes. And it would mean so much if you leave us a glowing 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, remember to embrace those mom moments, find alignment in your journey, and always honor the incredible woman you are. Take care, friends, and we'll see you on the next episode.